It was quite a slow game, and then one of our players had a bad touch. Ball ran away, came into the middle of the pitch. Me and don't know the lad's name, I can't remember it, both going for the ball. I sort of realised I wasn't going to get it, so I sort of held back a bit, and he sort of launched into the tackle. As soon as I'd done it, I knew it was bad, I knew it was reckless. He wasn't in control of what he was doing, and I can't be certain he meant to injure me, but he wasn't in control of his body, and the outcome was inevitable really. But unfortunately, I ruptured the whole knee. They asked if I wanted an ambulance, and I was in a lot of pain by then, and I said yeah. So they gave me an x-ray. I asked them, are they going to do an MRI scan, and they looked at me like I was an idiot, and they was like, we're not going to do one of them here. So I went back home to Swindon and just was a basic strapping around my knee, basic knee brace strapping, which you could probably buy from a supermarket. After the injury, it's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. When being in a brace for 5 months, my leg looked horrific. Well, after the operation, it looked horrific. It was about 4 times as big as the other knee. They pumped loads of fluid in, so I remember waking up and thinking, what's this bloke done to my leg? I'll never play again. So the muscle just wasted away. When I took the brace off, I had to walk on it, and I thought it was just going to give way because there was just no muscle strength. Again, I was told there was a 33% chance of playing again, and I couldn't drive, I couldn't get in and out of the shower, I couldn't pretty much do anything. So first thought was just walk again. I was living in an apartment at the time with my best friend. We had a 2-storey apartment, and you had to go up a flight of stairs to get in it, and then another flight of stairs, so it was a bit of a nightmare. So I luckily could move in with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. I've moved in with her mum and dad and her sister, and they all looked after me, and luckily my mum was coming down, bringing all my lunch down. She obviously seen the state I was in and what I was going through, and she took it upon herself, got on Google. Paul's was the first company that would come up, so she thought that'd be the best one. She gave Paul a ring, spoke to him, told him everything that happened, and didn't really want to listen. That was the last thing I wanted to hear. I thought she was being stupid. I thought that sort of thing wasn't possible. I thought you just had to take it on the chin sort of thing. At first I was quite wary about dealing with a lawyer, something I've never had to do in my life, but after meeting and speaking to Paul, I sort of trusted him straight away. He seemed like a genuine bloke. He took me through everything, he took me through all the forms, and I was really happy after speaking with him to go ahead with the case. So I guess sometimes you maybe would meet a lawyer, they probably never even seen a football match, which would be quite strange, but you could tell he was into sport, he loved football, he's into cricket, and that was a big factor in it as well. He obviously understood the game, he knew what a bad tackle was and what it wasn't. Well, I guess some lawyers wouldn't know the difference, and Paul was always honest and said it is 50-50, so I just had in my head, I haven't had to do any work, I haven't used any of my own time really, sort of Paul's done all the work. If I get any money as a bonus, and luckily enough I got quite a nice chunk sum. Paul done a fantastic job for me, and I'd recommend him to anyone. I think the biggest reason why I tell people to contact him, as soon as you speak to him, I think with anyone, not just solicitors, anyone in life, when you speak to someone you sort of know, what I always do, if that's someone you think you can trust and someone you'd want to work for you. And I think as soon as they pick the phone up and speak to him, he's just a normal guy. I think a perception of a solicitor is going to be all serious and you ain't going to understand him, but he's just a normal guy basically, and you can relate to him and he's easy to deal with.